I'm 53 years old. My husband is dead. And the truth is, I didn't lose him suddenly. I wasted him slowly. I thought I had time. I was wrong. I don't say that for sympathy. I say it because this is the only version of the story that's honest. The house is quiet now, too large for one person. There's a leather chair in the living room he used every evening. I never sit in it. The indent is still there. People assume regret arrives like a wave. It doesn't. It shows up as objects you avoided touching when they mattered. When I got married, I was 21. He was 49. That number alone tells you what you're probably already thinking. I thought it too. He was established, calm, careful with his words. He owned a business worth more money than I had ever imagined. $200 million on paper. I told myself I was choosing stability. I told myself love would come later. This is the part people don't warn you about. Later doesn't grow on its own. He loved me from the beginning. Not loudly, not dramatically, in small, consistent ways that didn't ask for attention. He noticed when I was tired. He remembered what I drank in the mornings. He asked how my late day went and waited for the answer. I accepted all of it like a service, something owed. You probably think I was cruel. I didn't think I was. I thought I was practical. The house we lived in was spotless, white floors, long windows. I spent more time arranging it than living in it. Everything had its place, including him. I stayed busy, shopping, lunches, travel. I kept my distance without ever saying the word. That's how you do it. You don't reject someone directly. You just never arrive fully. By my late 20s, people around us said we were lucky. They said I was fortunate. They said he adored me. I smiled when they said that. I didn't correct them. At 29, something shifted. Not in him, in me. It was an evening. He came home late, quieter than usual. He sat at the edge of the bed instead of lying down. I remember scrolling on my phone while he spoke. He said he felt older than he expected to feel. He asked me if I was happy. I said yes too quickly. That was the turning point. I didn't notice it when it started. I thought honesty was optional as long as things looked fine. The years after that blurred together. Trips, dinners, business events where I smiled beside him. People assumed we were close because we stood near each other. I learned how to perform affection. A hand on his arm, a laugh at the right moment, enough to pass. You probably think pretending is exhausting. It's not. It becomes automatic. At 35, he got sick for the first time. Nothing serious then. A scare, a warning. I remember the hospital hallway, beige walls, a chair bolted to the floor. I sat there checking emails while he slept. That image still comes back to me. Not the machines, my reflection in the dark screen of my phone. He recovered. I relaxed. This is the dangerous part. When survival convinces you nothing has changed. At 57, the word cancer entered our house and never left. It wasn't sudden, it was deliberate. Appointments, tests, long drives. He tried to make it easier for me. He told me not to worry. He told me he was fine. I believed him because it required nothing from me. You probably think illness forces closeness. I thought it would. It didn't. It exposed distance. He went to treatments alone sometimes. I said I was busy. I didn't mean to abandon him. I just didn't rearrange myself. There's a scarf he wore during that time. Gray, soft, folded carefully in a drawer. I never touched it while he was alive. This is the midpoint. This is where the belief collapses. I thought money was the exchange, that security was enough. I didn't realize affection can't be outsourced. The night he died was quiet. No dramatic last words, just a monitor slowing down. I stood by the bed, holding his hand, realizing how unfamiliar it felt. That should tell you everything. After the funeral, people spoke about his kindness, his patience, how deeply he loved me. I nodded. I let them believe I deserved it. The regret didn't come immediately. That's another thing no one tells you. It waits until there's no one left to perform for. I found a note weeks later in his handwriting, careful, uneven near the end. It wasn't long, just a sentence he never gave me. I hope she knows I loved her. That's when it arrived. Not loudly, completely. You probably think regret feels like panic. It doesn't. It feels like inventory. I started noticing everything I had ignored: the dinners he cooked alone, the conversations I shortened, the way he stopped asking questions when I answered vaguely. There's an empty side of the bed now. It stays cold. At 53, time feels different. Not forgiving. Final. I can see my younger self clearly. 21. Certain. Strategic. I don't hate her. I understand her. But understanding doesn't undo anything. Here's the truth I learned too late. Being chosen is not the same as choosing back. You can live comfortably inside someone's devotion and still be absent. The wealth is still here, the house, the accounts, the safety. None of it speaks. I don't tell this story to warn you. I don't tell it to be judged. I tell it because silence is heavier than guilt. Some losses don't come from cruelty, they come from delay. If you want, say what you keep postponing.